another show, Russ on Flowers. I'm your host, Russ. Today, our topic is flower care instructions, because a lot of our farms, most of our farms that we get our flowers from, they are down south. And when the flowers are coming up from the south, there's no care instructions included. If any of you purchased from Russ Wholesale Flowers before, you'll know that the flowers come in a box. I encourage you, before you phone in and say some of the flowers are missing, that you take everything out of the box, unravel all the newspaper, and make sure that you've double-checked to make sure the quantities are correct with what you purchased. We're going to be talking about hydrangeas, the care on hydrangeas. When you receive your hydrangeas, you need to take them all out, put them on the table. You can pull the plastic wraps off each one of these. Okay? I want you to take the leaves off, because the more leaves that you have on the stem, the more it takes from the hydration of the flower. Flower's been in transit for up to a couple days, and so we want the flower to be hydrated as fast as possible. Cut the stems. I prefer with a knife, and I also prefer on a slanted edge, if you can, slanted slice. Okay, and then water, I would do like 3 inches into a bucket of water. This is one of our smaller buckets. This is like a 3-galloner. This is a 5-gallon bucket you see here. And so the problem with hydrangeas is when they all of a sudden flop like out of the blue after a day of being in water. So my suggestion to everyone out there, if that begins to happen, the hydrangea comes in and it's as gorgeous as this, and it starts to flop, you need to pull out, if you have a big bin or larger, or bathtub, a big basin sink, submerge the flower totally in. It's like drown the flower, leave it in there, okay? And we got room temperature water, submerge the whole head. You can't do this with any other flower. This is the only flower you can do that with, okay? So you're going to dunk it, make sure the stem's dunked there. This is a little bit small, but you get my drift. You want it like down here. It's going to float up. You want to keep it there for a number of hours. When you pull it out, it should be back, okay? If you're taking your flowers in and out of water, always recut them, because it seals. It's like a cut, right? So it coagulates and then it seals. Alright, the next thing is the lilies. Got these in today, these white lilies. When you get these in, I suggest laying them all on the table. Strip them. Strip the leaves off these as well. Then they need a fresh cut, and I put them in a bucket of water. If you need them to open them quickly, I recommend you use lukewarm water to like a hot water. Okay, they'll start to blow open. These came in super, super tight. They were like this tight an hour ago. And as you can see, these puppies are already opening. Now, when they start to open, it's very important you remember this. Pull these little babies out, these little stamens out, because once this starts to open more, these will start to pollinate. What happens is they powder, and it turns the inside of this orange powder, and it gets on your clothes, and it's really nasty to play with. And at that point, if that happens and you forgot to do this, get a pipe cleaner or a cotton swab, and then you want to brush it out very delicately, okay? If you apply water to it, it'll smudge it and it'll stain it, and you're going to be in big trouble. These are going to look like not too good. Alright, so that's our deal with the lilies. We move to roses. My roses here, okay, these are gorgeous Aikidos. The best way to strip a rose, I have a glove. This baby is bad to the bone. I've had this for a bit, you can tell. And just take the roses, lay them out, strip them, okay? Once you're done stripping, you can cut them individually, okay, with a knife, again, on a slant. Or you can, if you have a pruner or something like that, you just lay them out if you're in a hurry and just right along the edge. It won't matter too much. These roses will last a couple weeks. I'm not too concerned about the cut with these guys. But as you can see, when roses do come in, they come in what we have here on the outskirts. You'd be like, oh my God, that's gross. These are bruise petals, and what you can do is you remove all your bruise petals, and all of a sudden you have like this gorgeous rose. Alright? Bruise petals are made to be on there, okay, for bruising. And strip the leaves off so they're not sitting in water. That goes for all your flowers. Don't allow your leaves to sit in the water, because it accumulates bacteria and will kill your flowers faster than anything. These roses, all roses that come from us, are packed in these sleeves. 25 of them in this sleeve right here, right? You can keep the wrap on, it'll prevent them from opening too quickly. If you want the roses to open quicker, take the wrap off, alright, and it's easier to process the roses. But if you have a few days Just, you can leave the wrap on, just put them in water, cut them. The last thing is with greens, you want to keep the greens separate from the rest of your flowers. A lot of greens you can cut with a regular knife or pruner, right? These are really simple. But when you get into some of these bigger things, like this seeded eucalyptus here, it's a huge product that we sell. I mean, we sell a lot of this stuff, and it's one of my favorites. What we recommend is you just hammer them out. Just put them down and hammer them with a hammer, and they'll actually hydrate faster and better that way. And that concludes our show on flower care and instructions. It's great to be with you guys. Great to be back. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for coming. One more thing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Just use your voice, dude.
If you have any questions or video requests, leave them in the comments below. Link to our Facebook page and our Rough Out Flowers, or like our website, is also in the link below.
Just do that.